Okay, so in this video, we're going to solve number 1 from chapter 9, hard problems, hard questions. Okay, so given supply and demand, where demand is P equals 90 minus 2Q and supply is 10 plus 3Q, suppose that the economy is open for trade and the world price is 70. Which of the following will be the result? Exports will be 10,000 units, imports will be 10,000 units, exports will be 5,000 units, or imports will be 5,000 units. Okay. So let's start by drawing a picture. We can see, gives a clue how to solve this problem. Okay. So we know the equilibrium price and quantity when the economy is closed for trade will be here and here, whatever those numbers are. Right. So when the economy opens for trade, right, the world price becomes the price for the market, right? We're assuming the small country assumptions, so whatever the world price is will become the market price. So there's, really there's 2 scenarios, right? I guess you could say there's 3 scenarios where the world price is equal to the closed economy equilibrium price. If that's the case, nothing happens, right? Everything stays the same. That's the market clearing price for this market. However, if the world price is here above the equilibrium, then you'll see that because the price is above the equilibrium, right, firms are going to want to produce more, right? So we're going to have that quantity supplied is going to be somewhere over here, right? And law of demand will tell us that the quantity demanded is going to fall, right? So now we have this difference, right? Now, before trade, we would have called this difference a surplus, right? Excess supply. However, when the economy opens for trade, this surplus, we can now do something with that, right? And we call those exports, right? So this excess supply is now exported, right? So domestic consumption is going to be whatever this is here, right? This will be the domestic consumption, and then the rest of that will be exported out. The other scenario is when the world price is below the equilibrium price, right? So in this case, prices are going down, right? So firms are gonna, by law of supply, quantity supplied is gonna fall from the equilibrium level, and quantity demanded will go up, again, by law of demand. Well, in this scenario, we have more demand than we have more quantity demanded than we have quantity supplied. So in this case, before trade, we would have called this a shortage. However, because we're open for trade, that shortage can be filled with imports. So the question is, what is the quantity supplied and what is the quantity demanded? right? So we're given two equations, right? So we have our demand equation. Then we have our supply equation. And we're given that the world price is $70. Well, we can very easily figure out what quantity demanded and quantity supplied is, right? We can take the world price, plug it into the demand equation, right? We can do some algebra and find out that quantity is equal to 10. Quantity demanded equal to 10. We can do the same thing with supply. And do some algebra. And you should come to the conclusion that quantity supplied is equal to 20. So what scenario do we have here? We have the scenario where quantity supplied is greater than quantity demanded. So we're going to be exporting. And that also must mean that the world price of 70 is greater than the closed economy equilibrium price. So exports will equal quantity supplied minus quantity demanded, assuming that quantity supplied is greater than quantity demanded. And this will equal 20 minus 10, which is equal to 10. The problem says is that units are in thousands, so this is 10,000 units. So the answer must be A, 10,000 units.